All right. We are so excited. It's our favorite day of the week, Tuesday, typical Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, whatever kind of Tuesday you want. It is all wrapped up in today's episode on the dumping ground. So we're super excited for each and everyone who always tune in and rock with us. We're super uber duper excited. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts for always rocking with the dumping ground. So thank you so much. As you guys know, we have a quote, and our quote is so important, right? But before we do that, I'll need you to like, share, follow, subscribe, all those amazing YouTube lingo, we have to continue to say to make sure that our content is spread abroad, that we are out here for small business owners, which we said we're not going to say small anymore, right? Because we're going to speak life. It's going to become a big business, and nonprofits. We are out here. If you need us, connect with us. We're here to allow you to come on the show and share your vision, share your dream. We're here to network, uphold your crown, make sure your baby, your brand is being heard across the entire world, right? Because we out here making global strides, right? Global strides. So if you need us, please send us an email to hello@thedumpingground.com. We are here as a networking tool for your marketing, because we know sometimes being a solopreneur means that's by yourself and you need a little help. So help is on the way because we're here. We're so excited. Now let's talk about today's episode, right? We're here because we again have this platform for amazing business owners like this amazing lady that we have today. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I make my own sound effects. I am my own choir. I'm a one band person by myself, right? Along with my audience and my friends who always join us, we have Michelle Ousley from Four Blended Sistas.com. She out here bossing, coaching. She's from Texas.
Yeah.
She out here, Texas. That's Beyonce stomping grounds. That's where she's at. She's a resident of Texas, so we're excited to have her on here to talk about her amazing journey, to give us encouragement with this new AI, because this is all new to us. Oh, AI, right? Everybody think AI is going to take over their job, right? So she's here. She's here to shine some light. She's here to educate us, to help us feel a little relief, to also maximize these tools to make your job and make your platform a little easier. So tonight, Dumping Ground family, we have Michelle Ousley. Thank you so much. I forgot to warn you that I'm a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but that's
it's okay.
Right. So I'm here. We're here to just go on your journey with you. We want you to leave it all on the floor, like we said in the green room. Talk about your journey, how you start off from a paralegal to now you this boss coach, also having this Four Blended Sisters under your belt. Like, let's talk. What you got? What you got?
Okay. So let's back it all the way up then. Okay. I'm a veteran, and my husband is a veteran also. I only served for 6 years, but he did 23 years. So, we got married. We've been married 29 years as of this year. And of course, we had kind of a blended family, and then we have 5 kids now. So that, when you're PCSing, we've lived overseas in Germany for 5 years. My last child, she actually was born in Germany, so she has dual citizenship. So it's a lot going on now. I have been a paralegal since 1996. Okay. I got out of the military, went to school, got my degree, and went ahead and worked for the Colorado's DA's office because we were stationed in Colorado Springs. I worked for Shepherds, McGraw, and Hill, who are the people who actually make the law books that the lawyers use. So I was on the federal team, and we clean up the law books for the attorneys. So did that. When we went to Germany, of course, I was like, okay, I can't work as a paralegal over international. So I started my own tax preparation business. And in conjunction with the military, was authorized and start doing, uh, I mean, extensive taxes, because at first I was doing just soldiers, easy taxes, but there are people who retire over there. They're considered what we call a local national. They married German, and then so there's the getting of the I-10 number. It got real complicated real fast, but I did it for 5 years very successfully. But it was a lot of work because, and I did end up like when you're on your grind for doing your small business or making a hustle, what I literally did, and my husband kind of laughed at first, we're in a townhome and on post. I literally took all the food out the pantry, had him take the shelves out, and I set up a whole nother desk and I hired someone and trained them to help me do taxes because that's how busy I got. So when you on the it literally my kids were grabbing the clipboards. People were in the living room. Back then it was still VHS tape. So I'd be like, put Medea on and get them a clipboard and tell them I'd be with them momentarily, me or the other lady. But literally, we were rocking and rolling. Literally, I would make like anywhere from 40 to 50,000 a month, especially the first 4 months of the year in Germany doing taxes. But I was on my grind, and literally I would be up to like 2 in the morning because if I had someone's return that got rejected, I had a contact at the IRS. But of course, the time difference, I had to be up at 2 or 3 a.m. to reach them at 8 a.m. in the States. So the grind was real. I was
your grind is real for to be up that early, honey. That's a commitment.
That was a commitment. Okay. So, then 9/11 happened and all that. And we stayed over there for a little longer. And then we made our way here to Fort Hood, Texas. Right. And so I'm actually from Dallas. And to be back home finally, because we hadn't been home. We had been everywhere else from Kansas to Georgia, Germany, Colorado. I'm like, what? The largest post, and I know they ain't changed the name. It will always be Fort Hood to me.
Right.
Whatever. I can't even pronounce the Fort Cavallo, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's a hard name to pronounce.
It is. It's still Fort Hood. It's the hood. Okay. So when we made our way back here, everybody, a lot of people, PCS, meaning, the other people that I did their taxes came here. Right. Everybody was like, you're going to do taxes? I was like, not 5 years, enough for me. I'm going to move around, do something different. So I actually went back to being a paralegal, and I worked for the government. I worked for Fort Hood. Nice. And then I went and worked for the VA doing disability claims for the soldiers, right? So I did that. I think I have my 15-year pin or something like that. And then I was working for JAG. And in 2016, what I did, I was like, there's a shift. And I literally started I had been online because, of course, I did the taxes from overseas. I knew how to HTML code, but really paying attention, I saw this thing with Shopify. And back then, it was still in its infancy, brand new, right? And so I was like, maybe I need to look at this now. My husband supports, but he don't support up front. He got to see
some stuff.
Mm-hmm. So when I said, well, I need to take this training, it's $3,200. He kind of looked, that Scooby-Doo look like.
Yeah, like, oh.
Yeah. And I said, believe me, anything that I say I'm going to do,
yes,
I'm going to work it till the wheels fall off. So I took that training and I started my first store. Like I literally retired from my job July of 2016. I had built my store. I had like maybe 6 products in the store because I was still trying to get my footing. Mm-hmm. But my coach at the time was like, literally, he was 20 and I was in my 40s, and his name was Dan. And Dan was like, Michelle, I can't even curse, but he cursed at me. He said, do the ads. He told me, I was nervous. I was like, oh. So I started an ad for one of the pizzas in the store. And when I say literally, it just took off. Like that video ad had over 1 million views. I ran it for 30 days. I made like $40,000 in 30 days.
What?
And then I continued to make money because repeat buyers and all the bells and whistles you got going on, to the point where my husband was like, at night, turn off the phone because it kept cha-ching, cha-ching all through the night. And he was like, turn the phone off. I said, but wait a minute, I want it. He said, I can't sleep. And at that time, that business model was drop shipping. So what ended up happening, being a newbie, I didn't understand. I was getting these orders and I was like, oh my God, we got 500 orders or we got 1,000. I'm like excited, right? But it didn't click in my little head until I really went in and looked. When I went in and looked at each order, some people were ordering 2 and 4 and 8 and 10. And then I got nervous because I was like, we don't have enough inventory. Literally, I was sourcing from China.
Right.
So we started just ordering like 500 break because I was backlogged and I'm running behind my success. You understand? No, I was like, oh my God. So then I put everybody to work. Like literally, I had to order the print, the Dymo label, right?
Yep.
To print and right. And then like I had mom, the girls, I bought Rubbermaid bands, and I was like, I would print off like 50 labels, and I'd be like, okay, all of these got 2 in them. Here, you take that. Then the next person, I'm like, okay, all of these got 4 in the package. Put 4 bracelets, and like literally, it was exciting, stressful, and just all that in one. Like my husband was running to the post office. Now everybody know how the post office is.
Yes,
it got to be where he's coming with these Rubbermaid bands and the dolly, right? Literally, we're shipping hundreds of packages. It would be a line in the post office, and they would be like, "Oh, Miss Ousley, oh, come on up." And then people get mad, like they're like,
"Oh my God!"
Because even though you're shipping hundreds of thousands of packages, I had one little sheet of paper printed out, and all they had to do was scan it,
and keep going. Yep,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And then they just dumped the.
Absolutely.
We got some methods.
Sound like you had a nice systematic workflow.
Right. When they say be flexible and be ready for all that may be thrown at you. And so it was just amazing. And, everybody was involved in my family and everything. And even right now, I mean, the store, I just paused it right now so I could focus on Four Blended Sisters, but it still has return visitors and everything. But it also it's still a hurtful healing place for me because my mom was involved in that, and my mom developed dementia, and I was taking care of her and in my home, and then she ended up passing in 2021. So man, I shut down, you know what I'm saying? And it was real difficult.
That's a soft that right there. It's a tough one because all of those memories, and she's helping you, and now how do I go back to that? Like my life is not the same anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see how that can kind of like deter you, like, nah, I'm gonna try something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it up. But I'm not with that same energy because I don't have that same love as I had once before. You know what I'm saying?
Because she was my rah-rah cheerleader. Unlike me, who has 4 daughters, I was it. I'm the only girl and I'm the baby. So my mom was my best friend. She was my cheerleader. She was my rock. She's sitting here, cheering me on as I'm doing. I'm like scratching my head. Mom, oh my God. She's like, girl, you got this. You don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand. She, my sister Sheila and I lost my mom in 2008. And also Sheila had a major tragedy with the loss of her husband too. It's just something. I was telling a coworker today, she lost her mom. Her mom was like 92, and she was like, "Well, she lived a great life." And I was like, "Yeah, but you still have to learn how to pick up the pieces as everybody else's lives go on, like, you know, the people who came and assisted you while you were in that vulnerable moment, but they go back to their lives, and you now have to figure out how to create a new space and a new life and this new normal. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be so different. Like, she talked to me today, she was like, you were so right. Like I was, you know, she was excited that her mom lived in 92, but you still had her presence, right? You
Mhm.
still can go to her nursing home or wherever she resides
Right.
and still lay your eyes on her, right? And kiss her and smell her and touch her. You
Right.
don't have, no matter how old she is, you don't have
Right.
that no more. She's no longer, that present is no longer here. So, you know, and she came back to me, she was like, girl, you were right. And everybody else has moved on, right? Everybody is like, moved on with their lives. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, right. But you're left to put those pieces back together again, you know? So
Exactly.
I
And
just,
it's a new normal because when you're used, especially when someone lived, my mother was 79,
oh
but
yeah.
when they live so long and you've had so many, and that my mother literally lived with us the last 24 years of her life. She
Mm.
lived in Germany with us, and and then the thing that really hit me, gut punched me, my mom and I were born on the same day.
Oh my God.
I have never celebrated a birthday without my mother, so I didn't know what that even looked like.
Right, right. Yeah, man. That, listen, the thing is, I just, you know, and they said time heals all. No, actually, time just makes it gets farther away. That does not heal anything, right? I
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
people don't know what to say. The best thing is just don't say nothing.
Right. Just let me process the way I'm
Just,
a
just
process.
pat me on my back, or just be like,
Hmm.
smile, something. Sometimes
Right.
the best. That's the most effective way than you saying, "Well, God needed her more." Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on.
I know, boy. People can say some things. Just
You
be quiet
know,
and
you
tell me you're
know.
praying for me. I'm gonna be okay.
You
Thank
know
you.
what I'm saying? You know, and I know
They
it
mean
comes from
well.
a good place, but I
Mhm.
think we have to learn how to convey. It says you mourn with the mourn, you rejoice with the rejoice. We have to learn how to allow mourn with people who are going through that same situation that you probably never walked in. Just you just got to give grace and just
Yeah.
be there. Just be there. You know what I'm saying? If you can,
Yes.
or listening ear. You know, if
Right.
I'm frustrated or different things like that, and I just want to talk, and I don't need your advice. I don't want your. Just be a
Right.
board. You know what I'm saying? Don't be coming back with all this. Now I love the Lord. He heard my cry, and I love
Yes.
and everything. But sometimes you just want to be human, and
Yeah.
you will
And
go back to God and repent, all that good stuff. But you don't want, you know,
you
it's,
break you need them breakdown moments.
you
I
know
do
what
it.
I'm saying?
I need a moment. Let me
Just
sit
allow
here.
me to just have at it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but so your store's still open. I'm sorry, we went off topic, but I
I
just
know. Well, I
you
paused that. That
know,
story is paused for right now because, of course, my focus is on Four Blended Sisters.
you,
I actually had this idea. I think I bought the .com back in 2018 or 19, and I just kind of let it sit. And I know a lot of people do that. They have an idea, they
yep,
go snatch up the .com, right? Because ultimately, in my thought process, I was like I want to leave that legacy for my kids that they could walk into this thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're right now all doing their thing and pursuing what they want to do and all that, that's fine. But of course, I try to pull them in. They do give their opinion. I'll show them designs. They're like, "Oh, that's cute, yeah, yeah," and they might share, but they're not fully in the business. But
right.
it's okay. I'm a builder, so I'm
Yes,
good with.
I can see you a builder, girl, because you and I we didn't have been on the phone a couple minutes. You and I already told me all these different
I'm a
all
builder.
these different built businesses you have created from scratch.
Mhm. So I am not afraid to brick by brick and build it
Yes,
and
yes,
take it from there and then to pass it over. But the whole premise behind that, I think a lot of people have blended families, and so they are blended sisters, and that's what I thought. I
yes.
was like Four Blended Sisters because people see them out and about, and they be like, as you see them in the back,
They look like they all came from the same place.
right? But they blend it, and they are all, man. Anybody who has especially I have a son too. Now
Yes.
he's wonderful. He's got his master's. He works for Disney. He's an
Nice.
artist. He's out
Nice.
here. His stage name is Amac, but his real name is Ryan. But he's out here and he's doing his thing. But these
Oh
girls,
my
see,
goodness.
they all stayed local to be around, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they are all these different personalities. And it's so interesting for me, who has never had any sisters, or, you know what I'm saying? I had a half sister, but not
Right.
close.
Right.
Like,
Right.
these girls grew up together, and just to see how they, as soon as they come together, it's like, I just sit back and laugh because they're jokesters. They all, but they're all their own different personalities. So, um, the one on the, let me see, the one right here with the blonde at the top, that's
Uh-huh.
Ashley.
Okay.
She's 27. She'll be 28 this year. She is the artist. Like, literally,
Wow.
she can look at a picture and draw. She can paint.
Oh
Um,
my
she
God.
is a crafter. She is amazing.
That is so dope.
Yeah, she is something else. And then next to her is Brittany. That's my oldest. Brittany is a veteran also,
Nice.
and she was a dental assistant, and she also does music. She's a go-getter. She's
Nice.
36. She's the girl. As they get older, I'll be like, wait, how old is, they be like, Mom. I'm like, and I call them all the wrong names sometimes.
Oh, that's I just got one, and I call her all my nieces and nephew names. She's like, Mom, that
Yeah,
doesn't even make sense. You only have one child, and you call me everybody else's name, but the right
I
name.
do it. One to be sitting in front of me, I'll be like, no, wait.
Yes,
And okay, no, you know who I'm
you
talking to,
know who I'm talking to, girl.
right? Right. You know who I'm talking to. And then so next to Brittany in the red shirt, that's Sierra. That's the baby, the one that's born in Germany, and she is 22. She's a
Okay.
vet tech, and she's
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
She loves the animals. I said, "You better than me." We have a little Shih Tzu dog. But I mean,
Yay.
she do horses, goats. She do big animals and little animals. I said, "Good luck with that," because I don't do no cats. I don't do none of that. I was like, when she was in high school and we had to have the rabbits, I was like, rabbits. Now I got a zoo in rabbit. What? But the choice was rabbits or a heifer, a calf. I said, I'm gonna take the
Oh,
rabbits.
I'm raising my hand for the rabbit.
I'm gonna
Amen.
raise my hand for the rabbit.
You
I
got
said,
that right. You got that right.
I can't.
Amen.
I said, hey, ain't nobody finna. We have to rent a barn and go. I'm good.
No,
We
that's
gonna do
not the
rabbits.
best. Absolutely.
So we had 3 rabbits. I was like, I'm gonna do these rabbits, and she
Oh
had to
my,
show them at
oh
state,
my
and
goodness.
won her ribbons and all that. I was
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
God.
y'all play too much, okay?
Oh my God. I love it though.
Yeah, something else. And then the last one over here with that striped blonde, that's Brianna. And she is 30, about to be 31. And she has two of my grandkids. They are so cute.
I
Payment.
bet they are. She's a cutie pie. I can tell that you got a
Yeah,
cutie.
she modeled for a while, and she works for the VA right now. But they
Nice.
are all beautiful in their own right, and they bring their own personality to the table. So when, with Four Blended Sisters, this is what I thought about. Like, I wanted to make designs that were representative of kind of just the individuality with them. And that's how everyone is across the board. Like, the
Absolutely.
tagline for Four Blended Sisters is designs with you in mind.
Oh my.
Because I'm thinking about, you know, sometimes when, especially like when you've been military and stuff, we get in this little box, and it
Mhm.
even happens with just people who have not been in the military. If you've never left your city, if you've never traveled anywhere, if you are in this mindset like, this is all I know, this is all I see. But
Right.
there's so much out there. There's so many people with
Right.
different cultures, ideas, things, and it's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't want to be put into a box when it came to designing. I want to be able to.
You You ain't in a box, sister. Okay, with which when I saw your designs, and your designs are amazing,
Thank
and it's not by I think it's pretty dope that your daughter, she draws too. So okay, let's just be fun honest right here. I don't know how to draw. I am a stick person queen. Like, I draw a nice circle with some dotted, two eyes, a nose. I do a nose, and then I could do a lip. make them smile, but that's all you get from me, and it got to be a stick figure. That's a wrap.
You're right. I'm learning how to draw. I was that person too, but now I'm learning how to draw and make hand drawn art, and it's really good therapy.
Yes.
It's really relaxing,
Uh-huh.
and I appreciate it. But she naturally, her perception of depth and colors, and when I see some of the things she makes and paints, and it is just natural for her, where I kind of struggle with. I'm like, okay, does this go? Well, maybe not. Let me test it. I'm struggling to get into the creative mode, but easy and natural for her. And I'm like, well, put that in a jar and let me
get a little some of that.
I'm confused. Does this color go with how does look? That's why I send them the designs, and I'm like, what do you think about this? And they be like, oh, mom, yeah, that's cute, or no, do this to it. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Okay.
I love it though. I love the fact that you have chosen some of these new this new age chat GPT, AI is the new thing, and I guess people are afraid to it's just like how social media was back when it first started. I was like, oh, social media, right? Everybody's afraid to kind of engulf in it because they're thinking it's going to take over jobs or different things. But when I learned about Chat GPT, it changed my life because number one, I'm not a good writer. I literally fired my daughter. My daughter was my when I came up with Chat GPT, I sent her a letter. My husband was crying. I sent her a text message saying, "Thank you so much for your services.
Okay,
I have to let you go
because I got it. I got it now, right?"
We appreciate all that you have done in these last 3 years. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you a gift card and stuff like that. She called me, but she was like, you fired me for Chat GPT? I said, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I have to wait on you to observe, to proofread. She was like, I'm so proud of you, but that was so jacked up.
Right. And especially what you said right there, especially with us as Black women, to embrace the technology and use and run with it. We're probably we're the drop in the sea.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Or but people do this all the time with technology. Even, I'm gonna tell my age. I'm old. I was born in 1970. So see, before cell phones. So when cell phones came about, people like, man, ain't nobody carrying around that brick. That was that old, cell phone. Like all of that. Like it takes time for people to adjust. But people who can grasp and that vision and not and put aside their fear and try to jump in this thing and learn are the people who are going to make generational money.
Absolutely.
Okay. Generational. When you are because you're in it from day one, you're in it from the beginning. So your skill set is going to be off the charts when the rest of everybody else catches up.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. But, I started out with CF Spark, but I moved on over to Midjourney. At first I was fearful. I was like, "Ooh, that look like it's too much. Ain't nobody trying to do all that." And then I was like, "Well, come on, put your big girl panties on. Let's try this." And once I got in there and started getting understanding from using it, I was like, "Oh, I'm never going back to CF Spark because this Midjourney is the next level." And so you're talking about learning how to use that Chat GPT, which just helps to solve a lot of problems. I am a reader and I'm a writer. But sometimes, to be original or rewrite it in another manner, I feed it and prime Chat GPT and be like, "Oh, okay, you've reworded that nicely. Thanks."
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Clear on it for me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And the art that can be generated with Midjourney is beautiful. And then understanding what you can do with the images you generate just takes it to another level. So.
And you're doing this, and I think it's a pretty amazing because especially for people who are creating content on the internet, on the social media, who also like, I know some authors who need illustration
Covers.
and different things like that, and you being able to use those different tools to kind of put that concept together for them and generate that and spit it out to them, and they're like mesmerized because we I know, like I said, my skill, I have the skill of the jabberjaw, right? I am sir, talk a lot. I know what my skill is. I meet no stranger. I can talk to whomever from the head to the tail, right?
Right.
But um writing, I never ever been a good writer. You tell me, Makisha, write me an essay. I'll be like, bruh, can I get that to you by the end of the year? Because
Right. I'm struggling with writing that, right?
oh my gosh, but it's just not. It's just never been a strong suit for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could keep it simple, right? And that's my philosophy. Just keep it simple, stupid, because that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I don't want to overcomplicate it, because I just feel like it's just going to go off the deep end. And these type of tools, they help me stay focus. Now, sometimes, girl, you give Chat GPT 2 or 3, maybe 4 lines. It come back with 20 paragraph, and I'm like, hold on, bro.
Right. Then you got to go back through. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I only need this
bruh.
piece. I need this piece. Wait a minute. Yes.
Bruh. Now I know you a smart, intelligent, in piece of technology, but
Right.
ain't nobody gonna read no 20 paragraphs. Okay, I'm gonna need you to shorten
that.
down.
Right. Shorten that on up for me, please.
Please and thank you. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, I know you. What is your main thing that you focus on? What's your main with Four Blended Sisters? What is your main? I know, because you post like, I saw one of them use like praise God or something, like you have showed me. You showed me a couple of your arts. So what is your main lane that you your audience that you create?
So I'm gonna tell you, I have always been, first of all, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. I'm for
Mhm.
like there
Amen.
is only one God, and I serve the
Amen.
living God. Okay,
Amen.
so that comes through in everything I do,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, and I've said this before, when I make the art, I let the art speak to me and how I'm going to use it. I don't like go into mid journey like I'm going to create this kind of art. I just kind of do things, play with it, because His spirit is always guiding me. And so even with my social media posts, you'll see me. I'll add one of the digidolls or clip art and put a saying with it, but it may be a saying that from me doing my readings and Bible study.
Yes.
Then you'll see me put something real crazy, like if you don't get up and start grinding up, grab your cup of coffee now, because whatever I'm feeling, I'm
Yes.
very transparent. I'm going. That's
Yes.
what you're gonna see on my feed. That's what, because
Absolutely.
this is real life. So I'm not
Absolutely.
just selling to you, and I'm trying to show you how you can take this and use it for whatever you need and whatever your niche is, whatever you're doing, because that's how I move. And so I
Mhm.
want you to see this how you move. You don't know what I'm gonna post. I'm not that person that's just like,
Me
okay, she's
too.
gonna post all spiritual stuff, or she just gonna post it. Girl,
No.
it depends on the way the wind blowing. If it's
Yes.
hot here in Texas, I'm subject to put anything. Y'all look over me, just say, okay, Michelle, having a day. Because
Yep.
I just kind of, whatever's going on, I let the art speak, and then I just pull some. But on the store, I have right now, my focus is I do make PLR
Mm-hmm.
sets. And so PLR is private label rights. So what goes on with
Mm.
that is I make exclusive designs, and I'll package it where it may have four covers, that you can use, either 8.5 by 11 or 6 by 9, and then I'll go ahead and package the interior with it. Okay, so you could literally buy that. It's only going to be one buyer, one owner, and then you could publish that on Amazon, or you could go ahead and publish it, print it, and sell it at a vending event. It's whatever you want to do. You can change up the interior pages. You can add to the cover. That's one buyer. So that's very exclusive art because one buyer and that's it. I'm not reselling it. But then there's art that I make that are clip art dolls. And so
Mhm.
clip art, you see planner girls use that. They'll make planners. They're adding little
Mhm.
clip art girls. I do stickers, but
Yes.
it's all original art. But of course, that's going to be sometimes it's limited edition. I may not let it sell infinitely. I may say this is limited to 10 people because I want to maintain that exclusivity
Mhm.
for the use of the art, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then also, I'm starting to add some actual physical products on the store because, of course, that's where my foundation is, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I have some different physical items where I've added the art, which makes it unique. And
Yes.
right now, I'm not gonna do t-shirts. I'm gonna tell y'all now because everybody doing t-shirts. I
Please
like I
don't
tell
do
you,
it.
I run in
Please.
a different lane, and I run in my lane, but I run in a different lane. If I see everybody doing it, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm gonna go do something different. I'm not gonna be part of the pack. I'm gonna do something real. I'm just throw it out there. I always, say I gotta throw it out there. See, the audience will tell you, and that's for anyone out there that is a creator.
Yes. Yes.
Throw it out there. The audience gonna tell you whether they like it or not by if they give you likes or not, or if they, what I'm saying, if they don't respond, they'll tell you, and you
Absolutely.
just pay attention.
Absolutely.
Pay
That is a key word that you said.
attention.
I don't run with the pack. I'm sorry. That's just never been I never did clicks growing up. That's just not my shish. Like I am an individual. I want to go for purpose and something that's going to bring value, add value to. I don't want to be copycat. Because I'm a unique. God created me uniquely.
Right,
There is no other Makisha Clayton Lee.
right,
He made my DNA for me and is unique, and I'm gonna be me, right? So
right.
I agree. Now we may have some similarities,
Mm-hmm.
but you would never have be who I am, and I won't, and I don't want you to be. I want
Right. I
you
want you to run in your own lane. That's with my brand, Boss Up
to.
Coach. That's my
Yes,
coaching brand. I say it all the time, run in your lane. See,
yes.
what messes up people, I'd say equate it to a track meet. Come on now, we just was talking about, oh girl ran. She did that thing, that 100-meter.
Me.
Now, if she would have got over and ran, she would have ran. When people try to get into that other lane, they trip up, they hit the other person.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is stay focused and run in your
Your course.
lane.
Run your course. Run your course.
Run your lane.
And that's a great analogy because think about it. The training that she did to get in her lane, you may not have the capacity to do what she did. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to show up without the background training and all the nutritionist diet, all the stuff that she had to do to get to become where she is. You may not have the capacity to carry that. So you trying to be like her, you gonna fail. You know what I'm
When
saying?
I say she did that thing for young black women, that she
Yes.
came back, she didn't. She took the hit. She knew what she did wrong. She
Yes.
took it. She
Yes.
said, "I understand." Then
Yes.
she stayed quiet. And
Yes.
what did she do? She went and trained.
That's
She
it.
said, "I'm gonna let my work ethic speak for itself. I don't
Absolutely.
have to say nothing." And then
Absolutely.
she just showed y'all. She just
Absolutely.
showed the world.
She
She
just
just
showed up. She showed up. And when she showed up and the announcer talked to her, she's like, I'm gonna give glory to God. I was like, sis,
thank you.
you know who is the one that's giving you the ability to produce wealth. It ain't you, my friend. And
Right,
that's another thing in business that we have to realize. It's God who gives you the ability to produce wealth. You ain't self-made because
right.
you wasn't made by yourself. God created you. He said he knew you when you was in your mother's womb. He
Thank you.
knew you. So you ain't no self-made. I hate when people say I'm a self-made millionaire. No, man. He said he gives you the ability to produce wealth. So all of that high horse stuff, that's where you
Mhm.
have to go back in your vision
And
and
humble yourself.
clean that up because you're gonna the faster you go up, the harder you gonna
Right.
fall down.
If
You know
you
what I'm
invite the Lord into your business,
saying? Absolutely.
he will direct you. Like there are always, I don't care how successful, and I'm gonna backtrack on some
Yes,
I want to
yes,
go
yes.
back to, but I don't care how successful you become. There will be times where it's stressful, it's hard, and when that happens in my world, man, I'll be like, God, you got it. I'm finna lay this at your feet. You just tell me what to do. And then something will just happen, right?
Absolutely.
So where I'm saying I'm about track, because I'm gonna go back to when I was doing the other brand, it's heavily inspired. It is a Christian brand. And I literally was like, oh my goodness, this is going way beyond me, but it seemed like he sent everybody. Because okay, remember now, I'm saying I'm old. Remember P. Diddy's song, the more money, the more problems.
Yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
That is so true, because until you make that kind of level of money, you don't understand what all happens. So
Mhm.
for everybody watching, let me go on and tell you this. It started out with one cha-ching, right? Then it started being cha-ching, 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 to where I made 7,000 in a week, and then I made 7,000 in a day. Let me tell you what happened. I was incorporated, had all my business stuff, sales license. I had accountant. I had an attorney. I'm a paralegal. I'm gonna do everything structurally right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But because, and it sends red flags to the IRS and everybody else, because so much money was coming in so fast, everybody paused my money. Help, PayPal, Shopify, the bank. I had to literally take all my documents, upscale, upload them, scan it to prove to them. And they released my money within 24 hours. But you better make sure you have all that documentation in.
Get your business right. Get your business in order.
Because they not playing.
Yes. Yes.
So even when this whole thing with the 1099K, and like they put it off for last year because they overwhelmed, right? And they tracking everything now, Venmo, Cash App, all that, right? Shopify sent me a 1099K from 2016 because I made a lot of money. But guess what? I had already claimed all that. I got a tax accountant. I'm not, baby, I'm going to give Uncle Sam all his money because I need him to leave me alone
I
and leave
can,
me be.
Mr. Sam. Man, I'm telling you, he's not. You don't, girl. That is that man. Me and him, we on some. Lord, just help us, Father God.
Right.
Just pray for, because that's Mr. Sam.
He be coming for your coins.
If
And
you
please,
listening today, I just ask that you just please just give us grace, Father God.
yes.
I just need some grace, okay?
Right.
I promise you we're gonna pay you, but I just need some amazing grace, please.
Yeah, because he
Please and
coming
thank
for the
you.
coins. He
Please and
coming.
thank you. Please and thank
So that's what I'm saying about more money, more problem. I never, okay, so as a paralegal, I'm gonna say
you. Yes.
I made 100,000 a year, but because you're paid once a month and or twice a month and how it's given, they don't bother you, right?
Yes.
But when you make 50,000, 40,000 a month and you make it 10,000 a week, oh, they come for you.
Oh my God.
I'm like, ain't nobody up here selling
They,
drink. This is
they,
all.
they think you out here money laundering, girl.
I said, I didn't work and did this the honest way. Like even over in Germany, when I made that kind of money,
Yes.
the German banks, because I had a German,
Mhm.
what they call business license, and I had
Right,
to have a
right,
German bank account. They
right.
didn't bother me. My money just flowed in, and I use
Yes.
it how I want to. But
Yes.
here in the U.S.,
Yeah.
baby,
They
mess
want
around and
to.
make the bells go off.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like you said, just make sure your stuff is in order. Like that is an automatic. Like, and the thing is, it's amazing how that God just touched your business and you just went off like a rocket ship. Like if like you said, you started off and then I could see how it spread it because it just took one person to say, hey, Michelle out here doing these taxes and you already on base, and they're like all these soldiers like, who do your taxes? Oh, Michelle do my taxes. Oh, I can see how it spun into something.
My kids said they got tired because people would be like, "Your mama, the tax lady, is she doing taxes this year?" I need to. They was like they couldn't go nowhere. Burger King, go hang out with their friends. Somebody, oh, I know you. Your mama, the tax lady.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it, Michelle. Well, you know what? I'm excited. So let's talk about a win. Tell us a win that you had, like recent win that you had in your business, so we can celebrate you, because we all about celebrating each other and our businesses, and we want to pat you on your back and celebrate you.
Okay, so a recent win, because like I said, with the death of my mom and everything, I really had to grieve and, try to, I ain't even gonna say heal because I am not healed, but
Yes.
I've gotten better,
Right.
right? So I had really not taught in the last 2 years because I wasn't there, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, but with this AI and everything with Mid Journey, I was seeing like some people's art was kind of looking the same, or people were saying they were struggling because it was producing extra hands or limbs or whatever. So I did a class called Spin Your Prompts, and a friend of mine, and Hatsune, that's the creative brown girl is her brand. She told me, she's like, she gave me that idea for the title, and so I went ahead and taught it because I wanted people to know how they could. It's just like with ChatGPT, kind of working Mid Journey to work for them and priming it and doing different things. So I had about, I think, 15 people sign up. But here's the thing, I literally had more people come back and purchase the replay on my Shopify store than I had sign up. Now that's what surprised me. That's the win because I was like, I'm grateful for the 15 that signed up because I hadn't been teaching, so but then after I taught, I recorded it and I uploaded the replay for purchase, and then like way more people purchased the replays.
Look at you,
So
Michelle. You out here. You out here making a difference. You're out here teaching your boss coach classes, teaching people. I can see, people gravitating to you, and because my sister, we're very closed offish. We don't really deal with a lot of people. You know that.
yeah.
Uh,
I know Sheila is not playing.
we don't. We're like closed out. We are very social outside. Like we'll be like, hey, go ahead, go
Mhm,
ahead. But
mhm,
up close and personal into our personal space, it's limited, right?
mhm.
So when my sister was like, I got the perfect person that needs to be on your show, and I am so glad you came, and I'm so glad to look forward to see how your business continued to progress, your Four Blended Sisters, your boss coach, your Shopify page. Like, I can see you doing some more stuff because I can see you a little busybody. You,
I am. Because I'm retired, so I'm good. But this is all I do now. So I
yes,
just needed to know, was I ready to get back into that teaching realm, because
yes.
teaching takes a lot from the teacher. You understand?
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
um, I in my mind, I used to think, oh, why don't people know this? This is all over Google and all that. But you have to remember, life is going on. Generations are coming. It's still people who don't know what Canva is, and
Yes,
that's amazing. But so you have to be willing to know that you're going to get newbies. You got to be open to with the teaching to give them everything, and it requires a lot from you. So I was just like, am I ready? Because like I said, hey, if that grief hit me, I'm out for the count, y'all, for a minute. I'm
oh,
like, hey,
hey, 1, 2, 3, baby. I
right,
understand completely.
I'm
And
out.
but the good thing is, you know where you're at, right? And when you're ready, you can take that step, and you also know that the audience is ready to receive. So that's a blessing in itself, right? And already on your store, you have the recording. So now, if anybody want to go back, you still gonna reap the harvest from the seed you already planted, right?
Right.
So, and then somebody's gonna tell somebody that someone tell somebody. So there you go, right? You may not have to teach a whole lot, maybe once a quarter, maybe twice a quarter. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of switch it up to that magnitude, because I can see that you give a good course. Because
Okay. They do. Everybody tells me, they be like, "Okay, you give a lot, you yeah." Because I know what it's like to buy a course and it's piecemeal to you,
yes,
and you get this from this course and that from that course. Don't
yes,
nobody got time for that. The way life is moving, give
yes,
me all the pieces. I tell people all the time, they didn't gave you this puzzle, and I'm gonna tell you exactly where to put the pieces. This is what we gonna do. Now, what you got to bring to the table is the work ethic. You got
absolutely.
to do the work.
Absolutely. I love that.
I didn't give you the information, but you got to do the work.
Absolutely. I love that. So, Miss Michelle, tell everybody where they can find your social media, your website, all your good courses people can purchase because trust and believe, we about to go looking.
Hey, y'all know now, I'm a one woman show now. I'm still building everything,
Okay,
but of course,
hey,
I
hey,
done
it's
went and
okay.
grabbed.
You ain't no one woman show. You got angels around here. Don't play.
Okay.
Don't play.
But it's on the screen, the fourblended sisters.com. That's the main
Yes.
store. But Four
Yes.
Blended Sisters is on Etsy. So it's fourblended sisters.etsy.com. Four Blended Sisters on TikTok. I have not loaded videos yet. I'm gonna get one of them to do it
You
because
got
if
it.
they
You
play
got
too
it.
much, they
Yeah.
gonna do that TikTok. I'm on
Yeah.
Instagram as Four Blended Sisters. Um, and I think that's it. Like I'm working on all the social media. But I told them that now y'all know I'm on Facebook. I have a whole
Yes.
page for
Yes.
Blended Sisters.
Yeah. I
But
saw you.
everything, we know how we do. We The main thing for me now is just adding the products to the store for you guys, like I said, and making sure people have understanding. I have the FAQs on there because I want people to know this is how you can use the art. Different people want I have some digital journals on there. So if they download it, they can use it on their iPad with good notes and things like that. So just knowing how to use the art, and people can always email me and I'm going to answer and tell you, you know what I'm saying? But my class, if you go to fourblended sisters.com and sign up and subscribe, then you'll be made aware of the next class offering I'm having. But the replay for that Spin Your Prompts class is up right now for you to purchase. But that's how I learned some things from the old store, so I'm moving different this time. It is very important to do foundation because there were some pieces I missed in the beginning of the last store where I could even made more money if I'd had some things in place. But I got that this time.
Get your sis. Now I'm gonna just let you know. Now you out here gonna become a millionaire. Just know the dump.
The dumping ground put me on. I'm be like, right?
Listen. Don't forget where Michelle. Don't forget where you came from.
Okay. I do not. I am generous and gracious.
I know.
You know
Yes,
why?
yes,
Because God
yes.
blesses me, and so I bless others.
Oh, 120%. And we are grateful for you. We are so excited to see what God is going to continue to do in all your endeavors. And we can't wait to talk to you in 9 months. Go hashtag you coming back to our business panel in 9 months.
Okay.
You could share some of this amazing knowledge to other business owners so they can learn and iron sharpens iron, and we want to be great and be better, so I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. I
And
really
I'm so
do.
thankful that you trusted your sister and you had me on the show. I am very grateful because, and I'm getting better about being on cam.
Yeah.
'Cause
So you don't so you know my story, right? So for 3 years I ran from the camera. I didn't like pictures. I had to go to those places of where, and I was a kid and I was bullied and I didn't like my face and I thought I was fat and all those different things. God made me strip everything. I mean, strip everything down to where I had to wear my curly real hair, like my real hair, to fall in love with me because this is who I am, right?
right.
And I ran, and you just have to put. It's uncomfortable, and it's still uncomfortable for me, but
And do it anyway.
just have to do it anyway, and
Right.
just even in your uncomfortableness,
Yeah.
God is with you. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. So I had to get to that point and place to be like, even in my uncomfortableness, you here with me. So I'm looking forward to seeing you doing some digital stuff online and
Okay.
signing up to see your face,
Yes, ma'am.
because you got a lot of knowledge, you got a lot of experience. Thank you for serving our country. We appreciate your sacrifice for our country, you and your husband and your daughter. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts, and we are grateful for you showing your presence tonight on the dumping ground. And we can't wait to talk to you in 9 months.
Okay. 9 months. I'm marking it in my
You
calendar.
mark, don't worry, because I got listen, I got your phone number.
Okay.
I know where you at.
Where we at? And if not, your sister will get me.
Oh, and trust and believe. Now you know she got you too. So you know, I'll just call my sister, be like, hey, call Michelle.
Okay. Thank you
So much, Michelle. I appreciate you so much. And again, let me know if you ever need to talk. I know about your mom. If you just want to hold the phone and we don't say a mumbling word, just know I'm here. I know you know my sister's here. Just know we're here for you to be with you through this process of this new normal of life. So
Thank
go
you
in
so
peace.
much.
Be successful, make those millions so you bless the kingdom and build the kingdom. Okay.
Yes.
Until next time, Miss Michelle. Bye.